Greetings and salutation, film fans. Team Movies here with my brother CJ Lopez. Say what up, Carlos.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy DJ Lopez, and welcome back to a brand new live stream video. We're beginning today with part 3 of live and team movies, brand new series. We're going to do all the movies for 2019, y'all.
Well, summer, that is.
Leave a like on the video, subscribe to us, comment down below for more 2019 reviews. Now, as always, we got my boy, my main man. You know him, you love him. If you haven't subscribed to him already, what the hell are y'all doing? In this team movie, we got the host of team movie, my brother, Thomas Levesque. Let's pass it over to him to start today off with July 19th of 2019, kicking it off with Lion King. Passing it to you, Tom. Tell us about Lion King.
All right, I'm saying now my anticipated movie of the whole summer is Lion King. I mean, Lion King to me, it's one of the greatest animated films of all time. I really love Lion King, and it's being directed by Jon Favreau, who also directed the 2016 Jungle Book reboot, which was fantastic. And like the technology that Jon Favreau used for this is just amazing. Like the animals all look realistic, and can't wait to see this. Cuz, what do you think about this new Lion King film?
I know for sure every last one of us seen the trailers for Lion King is on the news. So far, it's top talk about Lion King. That's what even the news, you know something's good when the news is talking about it. And Lion King is one of those things. So this, like my brother said, man, I am baffled about how the trailer looks so far. Can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah, they just also dropped a new TV a new trailer that features Beyonce's Nala talking. Yo, Beyonce sounds great in this, and who doesn't love Beyonce? I mean, come on. And
yeah, Beyonce's making herself back.
Yep, and it also has another pretty good voice cast. Like you got Childish Gambino himself, Donald Glover, James Earl Jones is returning.
Thank you for watching.
You got James Earl Jones back as the voice of Mufasa. Chiwetel Ejiofor is Scar. Seth Rogen is in this. Some really great voice cast, and I simply can't wait to see this.
So you got a couple of original people coming back just for this movie, which is great. I cannot wait for it. I do wish the original person who played Simba would come back, but he ain't coming back.
Hey, as long as James Earl Jones reprises his role as Mufasa, that's all good by me. I mean, James Earl Jones just has such a great voice. Whether it's Darth Vader, Mufasa, I mean, what a voice that guy has.
Yeah, he's got a lot of great bad guys. I'm not gonna lie, man. He's done some work. He's done a lot of fantastic work, and I know a lot of us, but definitely a lot of the older generation does appreciate him coming back and playing Mufasa. So that's pretty much all I gotta say.
Yeah. And
anything else you gotta say about Lion King before we move it forward?
And also, what a great year for director Jon Favreau. Like he reprised his role as Happy Hogan in Avengers Endgame. He's reprising his role once again for Spider-Man: Far From Home. He's also directing the new Star Wars series. What a cool year for him. And I mean, he's pretty much on the Disney banner.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on right now. There's a lot of great stuff going on.
Yeah, some pretty interesting stuff. And I tell you one thing, Lion King is going to be the biggest hit of the summer. I tell you that right now. I mean, I don't know if it'll...
that's the century for the whole 2019. That's going to be the movie of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to surpass Avengers Endgame, really, but it's going to be a major hit. And what a year for Disney, I mean.
All right, well, we're going to keep this ball going. Next up on our 2019 list, that's coming out on July 19th, is a new movie. If y'all know, if y'all like fighting movies like Rocky, Karate Kid, or anything, but then this movie is just for you. It's called Art of Self-Defense. It comes out exactly on July 19th, and so far it sounds really, really good. And I'm so interested about it. So let's pass it over and hear more about it.
We actually,
Tell us a little bit about this.
To be honest, cause we kind of talked about this film yesterday.
We did?
Yeah. It actually comes out on. It comes out on July 12th, like in limited release, but it goes nationwide, like wider on July 19th. So
if I'm correct about this, it's pretty much just a biker movie of Karate Kid. It's just a whole Karate Kid itself with bikers and a whole motorcycle game.
Well, now there's actually one other film coming out that there's not anything bigger opening that day because I'm guessing people are scared of Lion King, so there's not really a whole lot opening. But there's actually this one film coming out called Bottom of the Knife. Now, this film stars Joe Manganiello. Speaking of Magic Mike fame, in it, Joe Manganiello, who was also in True Blood, plays a man who returns to the Bronx following a 17-year stint in prison for a violent mistake he made as a young man. So his imprisonment deprived him of a baseball career, and he ends up ruining his. Yep, he ends up ruining his relationship with the love of his life, played by Joe's real life wife, Sofia Vergara, who you guys might know as from Modern Family fame. This looks pretty interesting. It's a film about redemption. This kind of has like a Rocky feel to it, but with baseball in a way.
This whole thing up. This movie, Bottom of the Knife, is just a guy who was misunderstood, was framed and went to jail for something that he didn't do, lost his childhood, lost his chance at a good baseball career, and now he's trying to get it back. What's the love of his life, which will happens. And it's funny that we have a movie like this. It's not every day that we get a main character and his love interest, and they're actually couples in real life. So to see this in a flick or a movie, it's great. I enjoy watching real life couples playing as couples in movies because it doesn't make it awkward. Like nobody wants an awkward love interest, and we don't get that in this. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and this has lots of New Yorkers too. Like you got Vincent Pastore from The Sopranos fame. Micah.
First we had and now we got this. Like we're about to have a whole lot of movies in New York.
Yeah. So, we also, speaking of Rocky, we got the great Burt Young in this, who of course was in the Rocky films. I like Burt Young. So
if y'all know Rocky, you know who Burt Young is. Alright, so what's up next on the list?
Alright, July 26th now. That's pretty. There are like a few other smaller stuff like David Crosby, Remember My Name, and Sort of Trust. But
alright. So on Friday, July 26th.
Now this one,
we actually have some movies.
Now this one, I'm actually more excited for. Like maybe second to Lion King, and this is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This looks.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is actually supposed to be a redone of old Los Angeles back in 1996. It's where everything is changing as TV rock star Darlington is pretty much just coming up. We just get this. It's pretty much just a movie about old times turning into new times. Let's hear more about it from my brother. I don't know a lot about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, in it, Leo DiCaprio plays a TV star named Rick Dalton, who with his longtime stunt double Cliff Booth, played by Brad Pitt, try and make their way into the film business in late 1969's Hollywood. And get this, they end up living next door to Sharon Tate. Now, if you guys don't know who Sharon Tate is, she sadly got killed in 1969 by Charles Manson's cult. And this whole film, like the whole film, is not really all about Charles Manson or anything, but it'll like the Charles Manson stuff will be play a part in the film. And this looks crazy. I mean, it looks amazing. The cast in this is terrific. Like you got Leo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Al Pacino is in this. The late great Luke Perry.
DiCaprio, I think really good movie.
Yep.
Like he does good in a lot of his movies, but this one so far, I think this is probably one of his gold mines.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's crazy he didn't get his Oscar until like The Revenant, and that was like in 2016. I mean, he's a great actor. Like to me, he's probably one of the best.
He didn't get an Oscar for this.
And it's also directed by Quentin. What, Cos?
What's up next on our list?
Oh wait, the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is also directed by the great Quentin Tarantino, who's made some great stuff before, and cannot wait to see this. I mean, I do love me movies about old Hollywood, and I think this could be interesting. But anyway, now also opening on the 26th, there's The Boy Part 2, but really we haven't had a trailer for that yet, so.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people have already seen this movie. If I'm not correct, I believe it's also on Netflix. But this is a sequel. It's a thriller and it's also a horror movie. So if you haven't seen The Boy, I do recommend it. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. It's pretty much a young family and they were very unaware of the terrifying history of the state into which they moved, where there's a young boy, a young son, soon Mace, and unsetting new friend. So pretty much a kid that just came from down to life and started calling about a whole bunch of horror and killed everybody.
Now, supposedly the film is coming out on the 26th, but we haven't got a trailer yet, so I'm thinking they're probably going to delay this to maybe January or something.
There's a chance that the movie might get pushed back because it is supposed to come out on the 26th on Friday, but due to the fact that we still have yet to see a trailer for this movie, there's a better chance that it's going to be pushed back over the might not get it.
Yeah, I mean, the first Boy was pretty decent. I mean, I thought it was a really cool, creepy horror flick. It was very original. So I don't know where you're gonna go with a sequel, but I think a sequel could be interesting. Who knows? But all right.
Yeah. It's not like having a Chipmunk sequel, but hey, it's a sequel.
Now there's not a whole lot. Now there's not a whole lot really opening that day. Like there's also a film called Astronaut with Richard Dreyfuss, and there's a documentary called Mike Wallace is Here. They could be interesting. But coming in August is. Yeah, but coming in August is the big one. This is the movie that's going to be a massive hit coming in August. Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Calls Fast and Furious, baby.
Second of 2019, we have Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Now, real quick, just because before we even talk about this movie, real quick, let me get all my Paul Walker fans, all my Fast and Furious. Let's get Don, let's get Brian, let's get that all in the chat right now. Let me hear, where's all of our Fast and Furious fans? Let me see all of y'all. Stand up off your feet, chairs, come on. Stand up and show yourselves. Where are all of our Fast and Furious fans? Before we even talk about this movie, there we go. Let's get Rick Paul Walker in the chat. Oh my God. Fast and Furious is never going to be the same without him. We do have news though. I know there's been a lot of rumors about Fast and Furious 10 that Brian is going to get played as Justin Bieber. There's no way in hell that's happening.
Yeah, Vin Diesel won't let that happen. But
yeah, it's just a rumor. Justin Bieber is not playing Brian, but getting into Hobbs and Shaw. I'm going to take over this one just because I'm the big Fast and Furious fan ever. So, pretty much, let me give you a quick rundown about Hobbs and Shaw. I'm sure I ain't going to go much into it because all my Fast and Furious fans come on both of our tracks, on both mine and my brother. I want to hear it. I know y'all love it. So pretty much Hobbs and Shaw, it's just that Hobbs. So pretty much, if y'all seen all the other Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw is pretty much just Deckard Shaw. I think it's Deckard. I don't remember what Shaw.
Played by Jason Statham, who was in the Meg last year.
It's pretty much like an ex-cop and an ex-agent and they just come together. As y'all see for the last one, Shaw actually helps them to go against Vin Diesel, aka Dom, to pretty much, because at that one, Dom was a supervillain, but he wasn't actually Dom. He was just doing it for his son, and Mr. No Name, or whatever everybody's calling him. I don't really remember, but pretty much brings him into that. Now that would let us into this. And this movie is supposed to pretty much just be a quick rerun, or not rerun, a quick insight on what Fast 10 is supposed to be. So if y'all want to know about Fast and Furious 10, you definitely want to watch this. Hobbs and Shaw is going to be releasing a whole lot of teasers and so much more about it. If y'all want to know more, I'll definitely, when I get editing, I will definitely leave a description for the whole movie and what it's supposed to be, so that y'all can all check it out. But I agree that nobody's going to be able to replace Brian in any Fast and Furious. Paul Walker,
no way.
He's the best Brian ever.
And you know what?
Let's pass it to my brother real quick because he has something I want to say.
You know, the first 4 Fast and Furious movies, they were great. Like, I really love the first 4 Fast and Furious movies. But I tell you something right now, the Fast and Furious films became even better when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came on board. I mean, he added so much with this franchise. And it had...
The Rock to the movie was actually because of him and Vin Diesel were such good friends, and he's also friends with Paul Walker. Fun fact for most people who doesn't know, because a lot of people already know, Vin Diesel and The Rock were actually best friends. And for the longest time, they actually been talking about doing a movie together. And they actually sat down together and talked about being Fast and Furious and all. The Rock, he takes all of his movies very seriously, so like pretty much what The Rock does is
except for True Fairy.
The whole lives of being friends. But when they're in the movie, the tension is real. So, yeah, I agree with my brother. When The Rock came into Fast and Furious, it just livened it up. And I'm glad that Paul Walker and Vin Diesel decided to bring The Rock, aka Hobbs, into Fast and Furious.
And also, I mean, you also got for all you WWE fans, you got Roman Reigns in this, which is funny because Roman Reigns is actually cousins with The Rock, so that's perfect there. And I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, you got Idris Elba in this, and I knew it was gonna happen. The Fast and Furious officially has a supervillain.
They announced it on the TV Awards, or not the TV Awards, the TV News. Cable, not my actual brother.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all knew what was going to happen.
This time around, you got a character with superpowers. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Yeah. I tell you, I won't be surprised if. I'm telling you guys. Cause I'm telling you now, the next Fast and Furious movie, they're gonna go outer space. I'm telling you that right now, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Outer space. How do y'all think about that? The next Fast and Furious, they go to
And it's also rumored. It's also rumored, Carlos. It's also been rumored that Kevin Hart might have a cameo in this.
I was reading about that. How Kevin Hart actually might be coming into Fast and the Furious, maybe just for a little teaser or something. But
it makes sense. I mean,
again, as I said, I don't want to take up too much time on this because this is only going to be a 30-minute video, so we do have to discuss further. So again, if y'all want to know anything else about how it's shown, I'll make sure to leave a link to the description down below, and y'all can check it out as much as y'all want. So let's keep it going. All right.
Now, there's also like there's a Netflix movie that's also premiering that day called Otherhood. Now, this film is about This Netflix film is about three mothers who are longtime friends and empty nesters who decides to drive to New York City to reconnect with their adult sons. And so, like, in the process, they realize their sons are not the only ones whose lives pretty much need to change. Now, the film has an interesting cast. Like, the cast in this includes Patricia Arquette, Angela Bassett, Felicity Huffman before she ends up going to prison. Some pretty interesting cast members. And if you guys know why Felicity Huffman's going to go to prison, but anyway. Yeah, I mean, for any rich folks, don't for anyone going to college, try not to bribe the administrator, because you go to jail for that.
We actually have a question, of course, it's from a real person that always loves to ask questions. Ariel Harris asked us, so I'm just going to read her whole comment. Question, is this a real movie coming out? Pokemon, the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution.
Oh yeah, that's actually coming out, believe it or not. That's actually coming out.
Yeah, so the movie is a real Pokemon movie. It's supposed to be about the first Pokemon movie was when they did Mewtwo. If y'all ever did so this is supposed to be pretty much a remake of that movie for a younger audience. Yeah. So for any older people who remember Pokemon, don't expect a lot out of it because it's not going to be like the old Pokemon at all. If y'all seen Pokemon, Gotta Catch 'Em All, it's going to be more like that. It's going to be for more younger audience. So anybody who remembers that movie, the very first Pokemon movie with Mewtwo, it's not going to be nothing like that. It's going to be that movie's just for your audiences.
Yeah, but now to August 9th, there's probably one of the biggest films that's going to come out that day.
For one scene of August 9th, there's probably like 2, 3 movies, 4 movies. Hold on, let me just do quick.
August 9th looks pretty interesting.
3, 4. So there's only 5 movies on this list for Friday, August 9th, 2019.
And
so I'll have my start off, and I'll say what.
And the biggest one, that is Dora the Explorer, Dora and the Lost City of Go, which is called.
Yeah. So on Friday, 2019. We have the Adventure Family Kids based on a TV show, Dora the Lost City of Gold. So yes, we got Dora the Explorer coming to the big screen.
What do you think about that, Carlos?
Live action. I'm not gonna lie, I've never actually been a fan of Dora the Explorer. Now, that was my thing with Dora. Her Spanish was kind of on point, but no, it wasn't really much for me. That show even made my grandfather laugh, and he's pure Puerto Rican. And he even laughed. My step-grandmother, before she passed away, God bless her soul, she couldn't watch it. She couldn't even look at the TV when the things she's on play. She used TV. I would never forget that. So
Yeah.
you know.
I'm also curious to see what Swiper is gonna look like. I mean, this is being released.
There's a trailer for this movie already, right?
Yeah, but Swiper's not in the trailer yet, so he's gonna be in the movie, but we haven't seen what he looks like yet.
If we already see what Sonic looks like, I can just imagine with Swiper.
This is being released by the same company.
Oh my god, that's gonna be hilarious.
But I have a little. But cause I have a little hope for this. Because the director also did the 2 Muppet movies, so.
About Hobbs and Shaw, like I said, I'll leave that on the description for y'all. So once I put it down there, y'all can check it out. Like I said, I don't really want to get too much into that movie because we already pretty much touched base on a lot of parts about it. I promise y'all, make sure to leave the description for everybody who want to go with that.
And Dora also stars probably one of my favorite actors right now, Michael Pena, who's also going to be in the new Tom and Jerry movie. So he's having a habit of being in films based on cartoon shows. So that should be interesting to watch.
I'm kind of looking forward about talking about that.
Yeah.
That would be interesting live action movie to talk about.
All right.
So next up on our list for August 19th, there's a drama of horror, and it's pretty much a teen movie. So it's a horror movie called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, it's pretty much like 1968 in America, and it changed in growing. Excuse me, I'm gasping right now. But it's pretty much the movie tells itself. The title tells itself. But if y'all want to know more about it, I'm not going to go into detail for y'all. But just know, it's a scary story to tell in the dark.
Yeah, and it looks. They just dropped a new trailer today, and it looks creepy. It's based on a book, and
I'll try to leave the link for the trailer for this movie if y'all want it. Again, I don't think it's worth it. And it does seem creepy. I saw the trailer for it on YouTube. I don't know if it's worth it, but if y'all want to see the trailer for a scary story to tell in the dark, I'll make sure to leave the link for the trailer. But that's only if y'all really, really want it.
Yeah, I mean, interesting year for horror movies, right, Carlos?
It's a very interesting year for horror movies.
All right. Now, for all you dog lovers, also opening that day is The Art of Racing in the Rain. All right, the year.
This movie right here, Dog Racing in the Rain, is pretty touchy. It's a very touchy.
Yeah, it's also based on a book, and this year is an interesting year for dog movies. We started off with A Dog's Way Home.
Pets too. Like for some reason, there's something about this year in dog movies that is just crazy.
Hey, we just had A Dog's Journey that just got released. Some interesting dog films this year. And
yeah, we have a bunch of dog shit stuff coming up.
Now, also opening that day is a film called The Kitchen, which looks fantastic. I mean, in the film, it stars.
I haven't seen it just yet, but the movie The Kitchen sounds funny. It's supposed to be a crime gangster that is based off of a comic book. So I don't know what comic book this is from, but it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and it stars Tiffany Haddish in a very different role. I mean, I've seen her I'm more big with her when it comes to comedy. Never really seen her in a crime drama like this. So seeing seeing Tiffany Haddish in a role like this should be interesting. And you also got Melissa. The synopsis in this is great. Like, it's about these 3 wives who's like wives of mobsters. Huh?
Would you just say?
In the film, it's about these three wives of mobsters who ends up the mobsters ends up going to prison, so they end up doing their dirty work.
Yeah, the kitchen is beautiful. But moving forward from the kitchen, we also have another movie coming out. This is going to sound very, very, very weird to say, but coming on Friday, August 9th of 2019, we have a movie. It is a drama and it is an adventure movie. This is supposed to be a limited movie, and it's called The Peanut Butter Falcon. Now, I don't know how to really specify this movie. I'm sitting here, I'm reading this list, I'm reading what this movie's supposed to be about, and I still don't know how to specify this. So we're going to pass this to my brother and I'll talk about the Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah. In the film, it's about like a young boy with Down syndrome who runs away to fulfill his dreams of becoming a professional wrestler. And the film stars this newcomer who's playing the Down syndrome kid, which I think is always cool when they get like an actual person with Down syndrome playing a character with the same disease. I mean, sometimes they'll usually cast an actor who don't have an actual problem as the for example Rayman. They end up casting a actor who don't have autism as a character with autism. So it's pretty cool that they actually cast an actor who actually has Down syndrome as the character. I think that's pretty cool.
I've said this before. I like movies like that show real life. A movie that has somebody that's playing a person that has Down syndrome and a real mental condition. I do like movies like that because it shows up a whole different perspective and allows us to understand what people like that go through.
And the film also stars Shia LaBeouf, who I think is a terrific actor. He does and says some stupid stuff, but he's an awesome actor, and I've always liked Shia LaBeouf. Whether it's Transformers or American Honey, this guy is terrific. So.
Transformers, obviously. But real quick, Tommy, Aaron wants to know what is your thought on Chapter 2?
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I mean, we're going to talk more into depth of that during our 4 movie preview, but I can't wait for it, Chapter 2. It looks creepy.
Because we're going to be talking about it in the fall, like my brother said. But let's just say I am looking forward. That's as far as I'm going to go, but I am looking forward to it.
Now, there's also like a football movie coming out this that week called Brian Banks, which is about a famed football star.
Oh my God, we have another porn story.
Huh?
We have enough about this.
It's that football.
Oh, football. I thought you said porn stuff. I'm trying to see here. Go through the list. I'm trying to say, where the hell do you see porn stars?
Where do you get that from?
There's been a movie about a porn star. Shows you how dirty my mind is. YouTube got big got monetized me.
Anyway, there's also a movie called After the Wedding coming out. That could be interesting. One Child Nation could be good. Loose. That's pretty much all of August 19th. August 9th, I meant.
We're going to stop this right here. So we pretty much just touch base about everything that's coming out in August. Of course, we cannot go through everything that's coming out in August, but we did talk about what's the talk of the town, what's mainly everybody's looking for, and get you more of an insight on it. Everything else is pretty much small for things that you might get a trailer for. But we did cover a bunch of main stuff. Next time when we take this up, we will be on September 2019. So for a quick recap though of everything we talked about, we've covered a lot for y'all in just a short amount of time.
Oh, that's not even all, guys.
What's up, Tom?
Oh, that's not even the gist of it. There's besides that stuff, there like we'll probably cover like finish up the August list tomorrow if you want. But
We probably can't finish. If you want us to talk about the small stuff on August on tomorrow, we would definitely do that, and then go into September as well as go.
we'll definitely talk about it because
I feel like we covered a lot of great movies. Like we talked about Lion King. We went into Fast and Furious. We talked about some funny stuff like Dora. I think it's fair to say, so August has a lot of good stuff coming. Don't you think, Tom?
Oh yeah, and of course we also got like Angry Birds 2 coming. Good. We'll actually get more into depth of Angry Birds and that stuff.
So real quick, before we end the series, something new that we're going to start doing. Again, this is a new series for me and my brother. We're still getting used to it. At the end of every series, we're going to ask y'all, what do y'all think about what we just talked about before we end this? Let's have real quick, one time. So I moved I just moved the list out of my face. So I'm just looking directly. It's just us, me and you, my brother, me, you, and my brother. Tell me, what do y'all think about all the movies we just listed? And what's the main movie that you're looking forward to first? I know for me, I'm even looking forward to Fast and Furious. What about you, Tom?
We haven't talked about this film yet, and I'm telling you now, out of all the films coming out in August besides Hobbs and Shaw, there's one other film this is movie I'm actually more excited for than Hobbs and Shaw, believe it or not. My anticipated movie of August is this comedy called Good Boys.
Good Boys. That's what you're looking forward to?
Yeah. Here's the gist of that. It's pretty much an R-rated comedy.
We try our best to do a lot of research before we shoot these videos. We just spend time talking about this. So I'm glad y'all enjoyed these reviews. Of course, we'll be continuing to.
Huh? Yeah. But man, I definitely cannot wait for Good Boys. It's an R-rated comedy that, get this, stars 12-year-olds.
An R-rated comedy movie.
It looks like a live-action South Park. It literally looks like a live-action South Park movie.
A live-action South Park, okay. So that's what we're just going to call that, the live-action South Park. So I'm looking for a comedy show movie called Good Boys that has 12-year-olds.
Yeah, they're pretty much doing stuff you would not expect kids to do. Like, I mean, they're running around with drugs. They're getting into mayhem. Yeah.
That sounds like kids know drugs and all. Well, anyway, we are going to go ahead and end this series. So again, though, I think we did touch base on a good stuff. Look forward to part 4, where we pretty much from the beginning of it, we will talk about the small flicks that we did not talk about in August, and we will lead into September. We're still trying to get a feel of this, so we don't know if we're going to make these videos 30 minutes long or make them an hour.
Actually,
again, we're just still trying it out. So
for September, we'll wait till.
Everything, and we will gather our thoughts together at the end of this. But
and for September, we'll wait.
I'm glad that we able to.
For September, we'll wait till till we're close to September to do the September list, because there's always gonna be some film that sleeps in to September. So.
If you want to know September movies, you have to wait. You have to wait till September.
Yeah.
For us to continue this, but don't fear not. Me and my brother will find other content to do together, as well as whatever else y'all want me to see on my channel. I'll do whatever y'all want to watch. Just leave it in the comments. Also, I'll leave my email in the description, so I think I just email me as well. But
Yep, and
as always, I'm really doing this good job. Thank you, Thomas, for allowing me to do the series with you.
always, man.
I've enjoyed it. Look forward to continuing part 4 on September. I know Aaron Harris is a little upset about this, but I'll figure it out. We will get into more of this, and definitely as well, leave in the comments what movies do y'all want us to spend time on. Like, I saw a lot of Hobbs and Shaw, so probably tomorrow, me and my brother will literally just spend the whole day talking about Hobbs and Shaw, getting into all the nips and crannies of it.
Yeah, and
I'm trying to leave out any spoilers or anything that will mess up the movie. We can also talk about Lion King if you want us to do a whole episode on that. Of course, as always, leave it in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's try to get the like as high as we can. I don't have a like goal just yet because I'm not that far. I still only have like 48 subscribers. My goal is to reach 100 subscribers and then just keep going higher and higher and higher. But yeah, y'all.
yeah, don't worry. We'll talk about.
I was your co-host, CJ Lopez. I was with T-Movies. With T-Movies host Thomas Levesque. As always, everybody.
Yeah, don't worry.
We will see y'all.
We'll talk about Angry Birds 2 tomorrow. This here is T-Movies. I'm out.